Tell us what you think about the view.
It's beautiful up here. It's nice to see the city and the community working over there hard on that new hospital parking lot.
Yeah.
So it's actually really cool up here. I'm not afraid of heights, so.
When was your last roof?
Huh?
When was the last time you were on a roof?
Yeah.
Had to be before pro hockey.
Did you have any jobs before you were a pro hockey player? Did you work in the summer? Some kids did, some kids didn't.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, obviously, one of the first jobs I had was I actually worked for a DJ company, like a music company.
Right.
I used to be like a DJ, a disc jockey for like Sweet 16, weddings. Yeah, my brother had his own little company. I worked for him. Then I worked for this other group, Partners in Sound. And yeah, so pretty funny. And then I was like a hip hop break dancer for him, so that was pretty cool.
Wait, you actually?
I used to. This video.
DJ perform.
Yeah, so I go. If it was me and my brother would like DJ, and I was like a dancer for him, so I could like get everybody up out of this.
So hilarious here.
And then I was a ice cream scooper. I was a GM at Ralph's Ices in Staten Island.
Okay,
So that was kind of fun to do that for a few years. And then,
Not just ice cream scooper, but GM. General manager.
It was nice. It was nice to be at the store and stuff, and that's where I kind of got into the whole like accounting stuff. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Like be in charge of this kind of thing. Like kind of a new responsibility to take on. So it was kind of cool to do that for a while. And then I opened up the hockey school. I've been doing that ever since.
What does your dad do for a living?
My dad is retired now. Worked in the Local 3 electrical company. So he just retired last January. So he's all donezo. He's enjoying retirement now.
Did he want you to follow in his footsteps, or he was all in the hockey?
So I have two brothers. My older brother, we all played hockey, obviously, and my dad kind of knew that my older brother like wasn't as loved for it as much. As he got older, he fell into like the DJing and to the girls and started going the other way with it. So he started going into work, and he wound up picking up the trade after my father, and now that's what my brother does, works in Local 3. He's an electrician, and my dad kept me away from tools ever since I was 5 years old. I didn't touch a power saw, I didn't touch nothing, and obviously like it worked out really well, like because I am where I am. I'm very grateful and humble to be here. At the same time, I wish I could have done like more growing up, but now that being a homeowner and doing stuff, my wife and I get to do those kind of things. I'm not nowhere near as experienced as I'd like to be, but
you have some like fundamental knowledge of it. Yeah.
And credit to like my dad, and also a big part of it was my wife's grandfather before he had passed. Guy did everything between building cars, building airplanes. They have an island in Gansevoort, over 100 acres that they have, and unbelievable. Flying planes, having cars, new knowledge, everything about everything. So before he passed, I got to spend some time with him, and he worked me around a bit. So it was kind of nice.
I want to ask you about Tyler Wotherspoon, because you guys are business partners and friends. Mm-hmm. But Tyler told me that he has to carry you most of the time in the business. I was wondering if he won't see this for a while, and he was pretty upset about it. I don't want to bring up.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Is it fair? Is it a fair thing to say for Tyler?
I'm gonna have to go no on that one, and I'm not gonna try to throw Tyler under the bus. Tyler's very smart and educated, and I think it kind of goes both ways with each other.
Well, he's actually here, so we.
Go on out, buddy.
Where do his
come take a look by the edge?
Where do his strengths lie that he brings to the like? Where do
So Tyler obviously has been pro longer than me. Tyler. I was in college while Tyler was playing pro hockey, so I think he's got an extra 4 years on me almost. So he'd been around. He knew the business side of things in terms of like housing and development. And when guys come into the league and you don't really know what to expect between getting called up and being sent down and stuff like that, it gets hard of like finding a place to live. Yeah. Then once you find a place, now you got to go rent furniture. So you got to get that set up. Then once you rent the furniture, now you got to get the utilities in your name. It becomes like a whole process. And then you could do all that, and then within a month you could get called up or sent down, and you don't know. Like that's the business of hockey. It's so unknown. So Tyler came up with a really good idea of us going partners on buying rental properties, and we decided to, when you're down here, you want to worry about as less as possible away from the rink.
Yeah.
And let's take care of all like the details on our end. We'll get the house, we'll furnish it, we'll put the utilities in our name. This way, when guys get down, all they have to do is just move in, unpack. If a phone call comes and they got to go up, great. They pack up and they leave. They don't got to worry about nothing, putting away furniture, getting utilities out of their name. Worrying about leaving anything behind. So let them worry about what their job is, and that's to be a professional athlete, be a professional hockey player, take care of their bodies, do what they need to at the rink and away from the rink, and kind of leave all the minor details away. And it's been great for us ever since.
And in that process, you kind of, I mean, I know on paper everyone will see you and say Staten Island, New York. Yeah. But you've become an upstate New York.
Yeah.
At Saratoga.
I wish I had my wallet. My license actually says Saratoga on it now.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer a city boy. Full-time upstate.
And my wife, I mean, Saratoga is awesome.
Yeah, Saratoga is beautiful. We enjoy it in the summers, and what's cool is that my mother-in-law is right across the street from us. So I constantly have my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, and 2 sister-in-laws, and their boyfriends up at the time. So it's honestly a great time, especially throughout the season. It's 9 months long, right? So it's grueling, it's cool some, but we love what we do, and we're blessed to do it. And then when you get some downtime, it's nice to spend it up by the water and hang out on the dock and everything.
When you went into prospect mode this year and shaved your beard, what was your initial reaction upon seeing your face for the first time in years?
I said, whoa. I was planning on calling the cops because my wife was like, babe, I haven't seen that side of you in like 2 years now. So she's like, I don't know who you are. But no, honestly, it was...
that was your what, 300th game?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was the 3... yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, you know, it's my 300th game. My wife hasn't seen a baby face in 2 years. My parents haven't seen one. Nobody in Utica seen me baby face. I said, let me give something to show. And, you know, it takes a while to obviously grow it out, like to a certain length. This, obviously not as much. It only takes a week for me with this.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
my whole life.
I want to, so I like try to have fun with it, and that's where the half shave case came in.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, let me see. I was like, oh, should I do handlebars? You know, should I just do goatee? I was like, let me try to have some fun with it. And I wanted the guys to kind of be shocked, and I think I captured the element of that.
Were you shaved for your wedding, or how did that work?
So the first wedding we had, obviously because of COVID, we didn't have the opportunity to do like the celebration we wanted to or originally planned. So then we wound up getting married 2 years ago in a church in Staten Island, and that one I only had scruff, like not much there. Last year we did the big celebration in Saratoga, and I had a beard, and my wife was fine with it. Yeah, you know what, I gotta say, she's a real, like, I wouldn't say supporter, but she's also not a complainer of it either. You know, she's not really sitting at home with the signs encouraging me, yeah, keep the beard going. You know, but she is beard nurse. She really never gives me any problems with it. And the longest I've had it was when I was with Edmonton, and I let that thing absolutely grow till here. I could show you pictures, and you'll think like, holy cow, no way. That took me 6 months, and it was, you know, Joe Thornton, how big his got?
Right.
Take that in half, and that's probably what mine got.
Wow. Tell us about your experience. I've asked you this before, but got to the NHL, best league in the world, 15 games of the Oilers. Yep. What was that like? I mean, when you're in the middle of it, it just must be unbelievable.
Yeah, it's, you know, obviously that's your dream coming true. That's what you work your whole entire life for. You never expect when that call is going to come, if it comes at all, and I was gracious enough to get it, and it was the best feeling in the world. I remember like it was yesterday. It was the day before New Year's Eve, and my grandmother had just passed, and it was almost like a sign of her getting up to heaven to let me know that she's doing her job. And got called up the day before day before New Year's Eve, and had to go to Edmonton from California, so it's not a straight direct flight. You got to drive to LA, and you got to fly into Denver, then Denver to Calgary.
Oh, wow.
All this time, so you're thinking like, all right, I'll have a chance to catch my breath. And you don't. Like, it happens so quick. You're sitting there, your brain's running nonstop. Got into Edmonton finally around like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you would think I'd pass out. I didn't sleep a wink. Did not sleep a wink, got up, went to the rink for morning skate.
Who was on your line? Do you remember?
Yes, Alex Chason and Kyle Brodziak.
Okay.
Yep.
And who was the coach there? Kruger?
No, we had Hitchcock.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Ken Hitchcock. Yeah, we had Hitchcock. This was the year like they were kind of going through like a rebuilding process,
right.
And they were in between McClellan, and they needed Tom McClellan had just gotten let go, and they needed an interim coach, and they hired Ken Hitchcock. And
what was it like meeting him and talking to him? Because Rob Esch just had some stories
with Hitchcock. Yeah, you know, he's definitely an interesting character. It was an interesting experience. Again, it was the first time being in the NHL, so you kind of learn the ropes a little bit. Not so much from him because he's a big veteran guy. He really doesn't tend towards the rookies at all. So I got to say that's where it was really nice to have those big guys like Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, kind of like Darnell Nurse, kind of take you under your wing a bit.
Okay.
And yeah, they're just okay. But they were extremely like nice to me coming into it and made you feel welcome right away. And that's all you could really want. And, you know, Ken Hitchcock, he did his part. There's some stuff that we'll talk about later.
I don't think our fans would like if we didn't follow up on the Connor McDavid. Did you show up as a call-up, and Connor McDavid was mentoring you, helping you through it?
Connor McDavid was extremely beneficial on my call-up, and Leon Draisaitl as well. I specifically remember so the first game I played was New Year's Eve, And, we're thinking like, here, I'm a call up. My wife was the only one who was actually able to make it in attendance. Her and this guy, Danny from Staten Island, and good friend of mine. Anyway, so they were the only ones that were to make it. So it's New Year's Eve, and I flew in the day before, and we were flying back out the next day to Arizona. My wife got on the plane, traveled 16 hours just to get there, even though she only spent 6 hours with me maybe. It's New Year's Eve, and I'm thinking like, oh, here we are. We're going to spend New Year's Eve, just me and you in the hotel, which I have no problem with. She's going to be my wife. And McDavid and Draisaitl reached out and invited us out for New Year's Eve, which I thought, was really cool. And it was over at Nurse's house. So that was like an experience just to have them reach out for something like that. Here you are, you're a new kid. I think I was 25 at the time, and still felt like a baby essentially, even though McDavid and Draisaitl are younger than me. I'm looking up to them, and but it was a cool experience. They were really, really beneficial. And, through my first 2 games, I think I only averaged like 5 or 6 minutes of ice time, so obviously it wasn't a whole lot. And a lot of people would get discouraged, but I had Leon sitting right next to me on the bus telling me, hey, this is part of the process. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody here really likes you and what you're doing. Just keep being you. That's what got you here, and that's what's going to get you even further. So it was really cool and something special. I'll always have that.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about Utica a little bit, because you're bringing up the beard.
This is where
my dentist asked me about your beard on Friday. Like, you have become somebody that I think our fans really have attached to for a lot of reasons, and I think your emotion on the ice and how hard you play embodies this area. But
Italian.
and the other, and you're Italian, yeah, that goes on.
Yeah,
That's it.
Italian.
The pizzeria T-shirts today. But what does it mean to you on the other side? Obviously, you mean a lot to them, but what do those kind of mean to you?
Honestly, it means everything to me specifically, and I know to the team as a whole. But for me specifically, this is why we are like where we are at the end of the day. The fans showing up, and them, we're giving it all we can on the ice, but we're doing it because they're out in the stands giving it all that they've got. And essentially they are part of the team with us. We don't consider them fans, and this is a big community. We look at this as a whole family. And the fans that come to the rink, they're part of our family. They may not be in the locker room and see behind the scenes stuff, but when we got to go out there and we need energy from them, whether we're down in a game or we may not have the best energy at all times, they're always behind us, rooting us. And even after a tough loss, they're right there. We'll get them next time. We'll get back out there. We'll do this differently and stuff. And it's they mean everything to us at the end of the day. That's why we're here.
We asked for a sales pitch, but I don't think we need any better than that. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was a good sales pitch.
I
might take it.
This is the truth. This is home. This is home for us, and it's home for a few months of the year for a lot of guys. And now for me personally, this is home, like full time.
It's awesome.
Are you going to room with Wotherspoon again this year?
That's on the left.
In the road, or is it your roomie again? Who'd you have?
I've had Wotherspoon. I've had Wotherspoon last year, so
you guys are sick of each other.
Well, I mean, I don't know. After you telling me the business side of things now, I'm sure
There could be a one of the stores is open the Philippines. Yeah, the break of Gambardella and Wathers.
No, we enjoy it. We enjoy each other's company. We do a lot of things together. Obviously.
What do you think he's doing right now? It's what is it? So 1 o'clock.
So what is it here? It's 1 o'clock. So
yeah,
3 hours back there.
Yeah,
10 o'clock. If I had to say, he's probably just finishing his workout, and he'll be. If I know Tyler, he's on his way to the rink. He's not playing golf today. I know that. I can know that for a fact because he usually won't be playing golf till 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ty will be on the ice, and if he's not on the ice, I probably have 4 or 5 messages from him asking us something on the business side of things. But he is really good when it comes to the real estate type of things. He's always looking at different kinds of property and other ways for us to kind of better ourselves and better the company that we opened up called Elite Athlete Housing.
It's a sales pitch on many different levels for different things. Thanks for this, Joe.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys so much.